A bronze box pulled from the Mediterranean in 1901, 30 gears locked together, predicting eclipses, tracking planets, 2,000 years old. You look at it and think someone made a mistake with the dating, but the vellum is real. The corrosion is real. The technology, you're not supposed to see this level of precision until the 1400s. The Antikythera mechanism was hauled up by sponge divers exploring a Roman shipwreck off a Greek island. They found statues, coins, jewelry, then this corroded green lump. Archaeologist Valerios Staes spotted gears inside the fragments in 1902. Nobody believed him. Decades pass. X-rays in 2005 decode the structure. Hand-cranked dial on the front tracks the Sun, Moon, and 5 planets: Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. The back holds 2 circular dials. Upper dial reconciles lunar months with solar years. Lower dial calculates lunar and solar eclipses. Smaller dial marks athletic events like the Olympic Games. It's a celestial calendar. Proof that ancient Greeks understood astronomy at a level historians didn't think possible. Millimeter precision in bronze. Vertical lathes, bow drills, tools they had. But this level of engineering, you don't see it again until mechanical clocks appear in medieval Europe over 1,000 years later. 82 fragments survive today. Only a third of the original. 30 bronze gear wheels remain. Physics giant Richard Feynman visited the Athens Museum, called it nearly impossible. In 2024, gravitational wave researchers from University of Glasgow turned their statistical analysis tools on one broken ring, the calendar ring. Graham Wone and Joseph Bailey published findings in the Horological Journal in July. They show 354 holes, not 365. That's a lunar calendar, not Egyptian solar. The probability? 299 times more likely than 360 holes, 700 times more probable than 365. Each hole positioned with 0.028 millimeter radial variation. Extraordinary accuracy, steady hand, precise measurement techniques. But a 2025 study by engineers Esteban Sigeti and Gustavo Arenas from Argentina's National University of Maric. Del Plata throws cold water. Their computer simulation, triangular gear, teeth cause jamming. 4 months into the future, gears disengage. You have to reset, like fixing a printer. The mechanism wouldn't have worked well. Maybe it jammed constantly. Michael Edmonds from Cardiff found alignment flaws in 2006. His team said, display purposes, educational tool. Not practical astronomy, but there's a catch. 2,000 years underwater turned bronze to brittle atacamite. Measurements today might be off, deformation from corrosion. We can't say for certain the mechanism never functioned based on current condition. The device was built somewhere between 150 and 100 BC, maybe 87 BC. Construction date unclear. Calibration date proposed, December 23rd, 178 BC by one team, 204 BC by another. The shipwreck itself dates to 70 to 60 BC. Someone loaded this onto a Roman cargo ship. Why it went down? Storms, pirates, navigation error? We'll never know. What we do know, machines this complex don't show up again until 1400 AD, when European clockmakers start building astronomical clocks. Also comment from which city you're hearing this from. Also, this script is researched and factual, using sources from the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, published September 2024, the Horological Journal, July 2024. Peer-reviewed study by Wone and Bailey, Nature Scientific Reports. March 2021, comprehensive reconstruction by Freeth's team and Popular Mechanics. November 2, 1025 update, synthesizing the controversy around functionality. These aren't generic archaeology magazines. These are top-tier scientific publications with rigorous peer review where the actual researchers publish their findings, not journalists writing summaries. Now back to the information. Copper tube rolled from a sheet, iron rod inside. Bitumen seals everything together. Wilhelm Koenig, director of Iraq's National Museum, sees it. 1938, he publishes a hypothesis. This is a galvanic cell, a battery, maybe for electroplating. Gold onto silver. The idea catches fire. Media loves it. Baghdad battery becomes famous. Problem, no electroplated objects from that period exist? Zero. Wilhelm Koenig saw gold-plated silver items in Baghdad's markets in 1938. Local jewelers using ceramic pots, copper vinegar. He thought maybe ancient technique passed down through millennia. But research shows the method Koenig witnessed was identical to John Wright's process invented in Birmingham, UK, in 1839. Not ancient at all. David Scott, senior scientist at Getty Conservation Institute, writes, "There is absolutely no evidence for electroplating in this region at that time. Archaeologists universally reject the battery theory. The jar sits in storage. Then 2003, 2004, media reports claim tests show acidic residue inside. Wine or vinegar. Sources never cited." Paul Kaiser in 1993 speculates, asphalt seal indicates liquid was present. Most liquids back then were acidic, could generate electric current, enough to electroplate a small copper token with zinc overnight. 5 jars, painful current through acupuncture needles. 10 jars, not enough to shock dry skin. Ken Fader, archaeologist on the show, points out no archaeological evidence of connections between jars, no wiring found. Copper tube doesn't project outside the asphalt plug, can't complete a circuit. A January 2026 study published in Sino-Platonic Papers by Alexander Murray proposes something new. The Baghdad battery is 2 batteries in one. Inner cell, iron rod and copper with electrolyte. 0.4 volts, weak. Outer cell, clay jar itself acts as a second battery. Aqueous tin air battery, over 1.1 volts. Combined, 1.4 volts or more. Enough to drive electroplating, etching, electrolysis of water into hydrogen and oxygen. This, Murray argues, is the first demonstration accounting for all design aspects of the artifact. Previous experiments ignored the clay jar. The study claims strongest evidence yet for electrochemistry knowledge nearly 2 millennia before Alessandro Volta's experiments. But critics hammer back. No ancient electroplated objects identified. Items Koenig thought were electroplated, fire-gilded using mercury. Rational wiki notes, proving something is feasible doesn't equal proof it happened. Experimental archaeology shows a lemon can function as a battery too. The Baghdad battery remains controversial. Multiple theories float around. Electroplating, no physical evidence. Electrotherapy, ancient texts mention electric fish for pain relief but no link to these jars. Religious rituals, objects for protection, defense, curses, magical purposes. Similar artifacts found in a magician's house at Ctesiphon centuries later. Scroll containers, most boring theory, but archaeologists at similar sites found vessels storing sacred texts. Context matters. Museum context lost. Iraq War, 2003. Baghdad Museum looted. The original artifact, stolen, gone. No X-ray fluorescence possible. Can't run modern tests. Carbon dating, Parthian period, 150 BC to 223 AD. Sasanian period, 224 to 650 AD. Somewhere in that range. Copper, iron, ceramic, bitumen, all available to ancient craftsmen. Capability existed. Whether they actually built batteries, unproven. Figures covering 50 square kilometers. Lines typically 10 to 15 centimeters deep. Remove reddish-brown ferric oxide pebbles. Yellow-gray subsoil appears. Contrast lasts. Climate dry, no flooding, no agriculture. Geoglyphs survive. Nazca people made them between 500 BC and 500 AD. Paracas phase, 400 to 200 BC. Nazca phase, 200 BC to 500 AD. Pedro Cieza de Leon mentions them in 1553, calls them trail markers. Forgotten. Rediscovered by Peruvian pilots in 1927. Toribio Mejia Cespe spots them while hiking. Paul Kosok flies over in 1941. Maria Reiche, German mathematician, spends decades studying. She measures proportions, calls them perfect. Astronomical calendar, she says. Some figures model star constellations. Gerald Hawkins, American astrophysicist, tests this in 1967. No correlation between celestial bodies and line designs. Theory collapses. UNESCO World Heritage Site, 1994. 430 geoglyphs known by 2020. Then artificial intelligence enters. Masato Sakai from Yamagata University in Japan. IBM's Thomas J. Watson Research Center in New York. They train an AI detection model. High-resolution satellite imagery. Limited training data typically needs tens of thousands of images. They focus on smaller relief-type geoglyphs. 9 meters long on average, harder to spot than line type, 90 meters. Results published. Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, September 2024. 303 new figurative geoglyphs confirmed, nearly doubles known total. 6 months of work. AI suggests 178. Team finds 125 additional during fieldwork. 66 in AI-discovered clusters. 59 without AI help. Humans still needed. AI speeds identification 20 times faster. What used to take 3 to 4 years, done in 2 to 3 days. Johnny Isla, Peru's chief archaeologist for Nazca Lines, confirms this to The Guardian. The new figures, decapitated heads, llamas, birds, cats, fish. Ceremonial scenes, 72-foot killer whale holding a knife. On Nazca pottery, orcas with knives cutting off human heads. Orcas carry out human sacrifice. Masato Sakai explains this to New Scientist. Relief-type geoglyphs. 81.6% show human motifs, or things modified by humans. Domesticated animals. Severed heads, found near foot trails. Small groups traveling paths could see them. Line-type geoglyphs. 64% depict wild animals. Found near ceremonial pathways, made for ritual. Large enough for gods to see from above. Different purposes, different distribution, different motifs. July 2025. Team announces 248 more geoglyphs discovered. Total now 893. Nazca-line geoglyphs are not independent artwork, Sakai writes. Through various combinations and arrangements, they seem to play a role as media for conveying faith and memories of that time. 968 candidates remain unchecked. Estimate: 250 more geoglyphs awaiting discovery. Purpose still debated. Ritual activities for larger figures, information sharing for smaller ones, astronomical markers. Unlikely after Hawkins disproved it. Creation methods, ancient units of measurement, perfect proportions. Ropes, wooden stakes, surveying techniques, remove top 30 to 40 centimeters of surface, light clay and lime beneath, dry climate preserves them. But why make art only viewable from above? 1930, United Fruit Company clearing jungle for banana plantations. Workers find stone balls perfectly round, some 16 tons, over 300 discovered. Sizes from golf ball to 2.4 meters diameter, made from gabbro, granite, limestone. Granodiorite, igneous rock that peels like an onion under temperature changes. First scientific investigation, Doris Stone, daughter of United Fruit executive. Publishes 1943 in American Antiquity. Samuel Kirkland Lothrop from Harvard's Peabody Museum visits 1948. Wife joins. They excavate. Findings published 1963. Archaeology of the Dequis Delta, Costa Rica. Spheres dated to Aguas Buenas period, 300 to 800 CE. Cherokee period, 800 to 1550 CE. Most made after 1000 AD, but before Spanish conquest. Dating method, pottery styles and radiocarbon dates from associated materials. Stratigraphy, soil layers. Problem, only 10% remain in original locations. Banana company trains moved spheres all over Costa Rica. Government buildings, banks, office building lawns. 3 in front of Costa Rican Congress. Harvard University has some. UNESCO World Heritage designation, 2014. Sites protected as national treasures since 1980s. Export prohibited. Creation method, pecking and grinding. Hammerstones. Some spheres still show blow marks, hours, days, weeks, months of labor per sphere. Near perfect roundness. Exceptional stonework skill. Quarries 25 to 30 miles away in Kimsachata Mountains. How did they transport stones down steep terrain without wheels? Some theories, llama skin ropes. Inclined ramps, rolling on logs, all speculative. Astronomical alignment. Some spheres align with solstices or equinoxes. Sunrise positions on horizon at specific dates. But evidence thin. Creation myths, groupings might represent constellations. Foundations for oral storytelling. Turtle eggs, sea turtle eggs are spherical. Cultural significance. Religious rituals, no evidence, just speculation. Navigational aids, pseudoscience. Atlantis, debunked. Extraterrestrial relics, nonsense. John Hoops, University of Kansas archaeology professor, studied spheres since 1990. His webpage knocks down misconceptions. We really don't know why they were made, he says. People who made them didn't leave written records. Culture became extinct shortly after Spanish conquest. No myths or legends told by indigenous Costa Ricans about why they made these spheres. Melissa Rudin Hernandez, Costa Rican architect, investigates cosmovision of indigenous cultures. Recent hypothesis, spheres are artistic, symbolic spiritual creation from pre-Bronca spirituality, Dequis culture, but still hypothesis. Train cars that shipped bananas also shipped spheres around the country. Complicated research, context lost, many vandalized. Dynamite-wielding treasure hunters searching for precious metals inside. Solid stone. No treasure, destruction for nothing. Archaeologists frustrated. Mystery endures. Perfect spheres. No writing, no records, no explanation. Advanced society, then collapse. Around 1000 AD, extended drought likely, crop failures. Population scatters into mountains, disappears. Pumapunku abandoned before completion. What remains? Scattered massive blocks. Terraced platform mound. Sandstone and andesite. Precision stonework. Blocks weighing 100 to 131 tons. Largest slab, 7.8 meters long, 5.2 meters wide, 1.1 meters thick. Estimated 131 tons. Red sandstone from quarries near Lake Titicaca, 10 kilometers away, up steep incline. Andesite blocks from Copacabana Peninsula, 90 kilometers across Lake Titicaca. How they moved them, llama skin ropes theory, inclined ramps theory, both speculative, no archaeological evidence of transport methods. Precision cutting, right angles, flat surfaces, flush joints, interlocking H-shaped blocks, 80 faces per block. Tolerance so tight a razor blade won't fit between stones. Modular design, prefabricated system. Advanced geometry, construction planning. Tools, traditional explanation says bronze chisels, stone hammers, pecking and grinding. Problem, bronze too soft for hard andesite. Experiments conducted. Stellanaire tried replicating carvings. Stone tools only. Flint, agate, jasper, obsidian, hydrated obsidian, greywacke, quartzite, hematite. Bronze ineffective against andesite. She carved a half-cross design, 8 inches across, 40 hours work. 25 hours for experienced person, achieved precision matching Puma Punku. But one thing she couldn't replicate, accurately flat inner surfaces. Researchers struck by ubiquity of such surfaces in Tiahuanaco carvings. Earthquakes hit the site, tectonic activity. Precision stonework largely intact. How did ancient builders engineer seismic resistance? Interlocking stones anticipate movement. Modular earthquake-resistant design. Modern architecture principle. 1,500 years early. Some stones show vitrification, melted or fused appearance. What caused this? Purpose unclear. Metal clamps join stones, not just at Puma Punku, also at Delphi in Greece. Sites in Egypt, Japan, Cambodia, Sardinia, Middle East. Technique widespread. Clamps at Puma Punku. Unusual alloy composition. 2.05% arsenic, 95.15% copper, 0.26% iron, 0.84% silicon, 1.7% nickel. Why this specific mix? Unknown. Pseudoscience theories flourish. Ancient aliens, lost civilizations, Atlantis. Mainstream archaeology rejects these. But questions remain legitimate. How was precision achieved? Why modular system? What tools actually worked? Experimental archaeology shows stone tools can work given enough time and skill, but flat surfaces, still puzzling. Geopolymer hypothesis proposed by some. Stones not quarried but cast. Geopolymer concrete. Mixture resembling modern concrete. Pour into molds. Shape on site. Joseph Davidovitz at Geopolymer Institute presents studies. Red sandstone megaliths analyzed. Thin sections under microscope. X-ray diffraction. SEM-EDS scanning electron microscope. Results suggest wet sand geopolymer molding technique. Not universally accepted. Controversy continues. Comparison with Egyptian pyramids, different approaches. Pyramids, large-scale construction, limestone blocks, alignment to cardinal points, organizational mastery. Puma Punku, intricate cuts, complex interlocking, advanced stonework without mortar. 2 civilizations, 2 methods, both extraordinary. Site in ruins today, granite blocks lying scattered, earthquake destruction, maybe tidal wave from Lake Titicaca, structure almost impossible to recognize. Contrast with Tiwanaku, relatively preserved, walls still visible. This suggests Puma Punku might be older, chronological disparity, age uncertain, devastation extensive, mystery deepens. One did entire astronomical section, another did bathing section, 2 collaborated on recipes, all contributed to herbal section. Few mistakes, they knew the script well. First confirmed owner, Georg Berisch, 17th century alchemist from Prague. Before him, century of missing history. Earliest securely dated mention, 1608, named after Wilfrid Voynich, Polish book dealer who bought it in 1912. He purchased from Villa Mondragone near Rome. Jesuit library, Society of Antiquaries presented it in London. Fascination begins, decades of attempts. American and British codebreakers from World War I and II tried, failed. Prescott Currier, William Friedman, Elizabeth Friedman, John Tiltman, all unsuccessful. Held by Yale's Benecca Rare Book and Manuscript Library since 1969. H.P. Krauss donated it, bought from Voynich's widow. Yale published high-resolution scans online 2004. 2016, facsimile with scholarly essays. 2017, Spanish publisher Siloé made 898 replicas. September 2024, multispectral scans of 10 pages revealed details invisible to normal light. Archer wearing Florentine hat. Tilia-style hats on Folio 70R match Milanese fashion circa 1425. Ultramarine and vermilion palette mirrors. Visconti Sforza court manuscripts. Northern Italy. Probable location. Script inspired by shorthand, alchemical symbols. Italian ciphers of the time. Plant images resemble alchemical herbals. Northern Italy, 15th century, for physicians and pharmacists. Theories multiply. Decryption claims appear regularly. All fail peer review or get retracted. January 2014, Stephen Bax proposes partial decoding. Translation for 10 proper nouns, 14 letters. Near Eastern or Asian language. Natural treatise. He dies November 2017, no full translation achieved. May 2019, Gerard Cheshire from Bristol claims, cracked it in 2 weeks. Proto-Romance language. University enthusiastic, peer review crushes it. Lisa Fagan Davis, Medieval Academy of America, says methodology doesn't hold. Applying his substitutions produces gibberish. No choice but to be subjective. Foundations crumble. Nick Pelling tries to reproduce results years earlier. Failed. Once foundations fall, everything built on them collapses. April 2024, researchers Michelle Lewis and Keegan Brewer publish Social History of Medicine. Hypothesis, manuscript partly about sex and conception. Rosette's illustration represents late medieval understanding of sexual reproduction. They decoded 21-line cipher from northern Italy, recipe with gynecological uses, including abortion. Johannes Hartlieb, Bavarian physician, circa 1410 to 1468, wrote about using secret letters to obscure contraception and abortion procedures. Worried writings would facilitate extramarital sex. God would condemn him. Self-censorship common in gynecological texts. Censors erased genital terms, plant names, sometimes entire pages removed. One Bavarian manuscript, recipes for invisibility, magic spells for sexually coercing women. 2 pages torn out. Censor writes removal done not without reason. Carbon dating vellum, 1404 to 1438. Earliest known owner Karl Weidmann, physician, alchemist, book dealer in Augsburg, may have sold to Holy Roman Emperor Rudolf II for 600 gold coins 1599. Possible Weidmann received it from heirs of Leonhard Rauwolf, botanist and explorer, previous city physician of Augsburg. 2025 study proposes historically plausible verbose substitution cipher called Naiba. Can encode Latin and Italian as ciphertext, possible with 15th century supplies. Exhibits many manuscripts' statistical properties. Author stresses proof of concept, doesn't claim it's actual cipher. Marcello Montemuro and Damian Zanet find word frequency clusters match known languages' entropy curves, but differ in burstiness. Zooniverse Citizen Science Project, 12,000 volunteers, 1.3 million annotations, tagging glyphs. 2020 experiment. Volunteers asked to write gibberish. Results show similar characteristics to Voynich manuscript, long words interspersed with short words. Short words beside illustrations fit available space. Headings use variations of title words in text below. Self-citation process. New words largely adapt earlier words. Scholars previously proposed this method for Voynich scribes. Is it meaningless? Possibly. Yale linguistics professor Claire Bowern says, looks easy to read, straightforward to understand, familiar topics, stars, plants, presented in unfamiliar ways. Hard to work with because so many unknowns. Any theory relies on so many assumptions, all too easy to get lost in speculation. Code, hoax, natural language, constructed language, encrypted recipe book, women's medical secrets, religious heresy text, alchemical compendium. Each theory collapses under scrutiny. Mystery holds. Circular holes of varying diameter in each face, 6 millimeters to 40 millimeters. Small metal ball at each vertex. Size ranges 4 to 11 centimeters. Weight 30 to 580 grams. Thin walls. No inscriptions, no numbers, no letters. Rarely show where. First recorded example, June 28, 1739. Society of Antiquaries of London. Found in field in Aston, Hertfordshire, England. Since then, 130 similar objects, Austria, Belgium, France, Germany, Hungary, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Switzerland, United Kingdom. But not in Italy, not in Roman heartland. June 2023, Norton Disney, Lincolnshire, UK. Amateur archaeologists find one, excellent condition, brings British total to 33, 8 centimeters across, 245 grams, 75% copper, 7% tin, 18% lead, found in situ. Deliberately placed 1700 years ago, 4th century pottery nearby. Context, military sites, funerary, baths, theater, coin hoards, riverbeds. Norton Disney example, Trench 4, large pit, perfectly crafted, one of largest in Britain, completely undamaged, no wear. Richard Parker, Secretary Norton Disney History and Archaeology Group, says find of a lifetime. On display at Lincoln Museum until October 2024, then National Civil War Center, Newark. Possible Celtic origin, found in Austria, Belgium, France, Germany, Great Britain, Hungary, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Switzerland, not Italy. Some found in coin hoards. Owners considered them valuable, or used connected with coins. Testing coin diameter, checking for clipping. Theory, test skill of metalsmith. Portfolio piece demonstrating capabilities. Qualification for Collegium Guild status. Historic cost of bronze high. Skill level necessary to cast such object, advanced. Fortune-telling devices, based on most found at Gallo-Roman sites. Philosophical significance, Plato and Pythagoras. 4 shapes associated with 4 elements. Tetrahedrons, fire. Octahedrons, air. Icosahedrons, water. Cubes, earth. 5th element, dodecahedron, represents cosmos, universe. All-encompassing symbol. Guggenberger favors this, comparable to amulet, cosmic symbolism. Religious ritual objects. Belgian Gallo-Roman Museum hypothesizes magical rituals. Roman Empire embraced Christianity. Laws forbade magic. Practitioners kept rituals secret. Objects hidden. Would explain absence from records. Richard Parker from Norton Disney Group agrees. Roman society full of superstition. Potential link with local religious practice. Current working theory. More investigation required. Rangefinder theory. Calculate projectile trajectories on battlefield. Different sized holes for different distances. Measuring device, rejected. Not standard size. Can't be measuring tool. Candlestick holder, wax found inside one example, but where patterns don't support regular use. Knitting tool for gloves. Martin Hallett tests with 3D printed replica. YouTube video, makes gloves using dodecahedron, fingers through different holes. Different sizes for different hand sizes. Experimental archaeology, popular theory. But leather gloves found at Vindolanda near Hadrian's Wall. Already had gloves without needing dodecahedra. Beef tallow, stable burn rate, high saturated fat. Consistent energy release. Sheep fat, higher unsaturated fats, burns faster. Wax, consistent, but requires higher temperatures, less effective in cold. Placed on tripod near fire. Unlike water clocks, no evaporation issues in extreme cold. Minus 20 degrees Celsius, dodecahedron remains functional. Geometric progression of distribution suggests introduction in Germania first. Rhine and Danube frontiers, later appears in Britain, used transferred across provinces. Hypothesis detailed, compelling video demonstration. But conditions must be met. 29 sample dodecahedrons analyzed, not all fit criteria. Roman icosahedron also discovered, misclassified as dodecahedron for years. Excavated near Arloff, Germany. Rheinisches Landsmuseum in Bonn displays it. Hollow bronze, spheres on corners. 2 faces opposite each other have holes. 3 knobs arranged around single face, larger than others. Orientation clear. 3 large knobs as feet, larger hole at top. Silver dodecahedron found Geneva 1982, each face inscribed with zodiac sign. Smaller gold dodecahedra found Southeast Asia, Maritime Silk Road. Archaeological, Vietnam. Louis Mallarès excavated. Mediterranean trade influence on Funan economy. No consensus. Over 200 scientists and researchers produced papers, articles, theories. 280 years of discussion. Purpose still unknown. Lorena Hitchens, PhD candidate, Newcastle University, self-styled dodecahedron girl, documenting all known finds from Roman Britain, 32 of 130 in Europe. Research continues. Mystery persists. This information comes from published peer-reviewed studies, including Michael Guggenberger's comprehensive analysis in Archaeologisches Korrespondenzblatt 2000, the Norton Disney History and Archaeology Group's 2024 excavation reports with XRF analysis by archaeometallurgist Jerry McDonnell, Masashi Ishihara's 2025 study in ARCS-V examining timekeeping hypothesis with combustion analysis, and the January 2024 discovery reported in Scientific American and Live Science. These sources provide the raw data, material composition, find spot contexts, distribution patterns, and experimental replications. Now back to the information. Knitting tool, possible, but gloves already existed without them. Candlestick, wax found but wear patterns don't match. Rangefinder, clever but no evidence, soldiers use them. Timekeeping, intriguing hypothesis but needs more testing. Religious amulet, most plausible given Roman superstition and lack of records. Magic kept secret. Christianity forbade it. Hide the objects, destroy the records, explains everything. But we can't prove it. Objects scattered across northern provinces. None in Rome, none in Italy. Why only frontier regions? Cold climate, Germanic and Celtic territories. Cultural exchange with local peoples. Tiwanaku at Pumapunku. Nazca in the desert. Dikis in Costa Rica. Romans in Gaul. Every culture leaves mysteries. Technologies we don't understand. Methods we can't replicate. Purposes we can only guess. The Antikythera mechanism changes everything we thought about ancient Greek engineering. Bronze gears predicting eclipses. Baghdad battery. Maybe a battery, maybe not, but it looks like one. Why design something that resembles a galvanic cell if not to use it? Unless it's for scrolls or magic. Nazca lines. AI doubles discoveries in months. 303 new figures. But why? Ritual. Communication with gods. Information for travelers. Creation myths. We still don't know. Costa Rican spheres, perfect geometry, no writing, no tools found nearby. How did they move 16-ton balls? How did they make them perfectly round? Grinding with stone for weeks. The transportation. Mystery. Pumapunku precision. Razor blades won't fit between blocks. Andesite harder than bronze. Tools didn't exist. Or did they? Stone tools work given enough time. But those flat surfaces. Vitrification. Metal clamps with unusual alloys. Prefabricated modular design. Questions pile up. Voynich manuscript, 600 years, 5 scribes, beautiful illustrations, undecipherable text. Every claimed solution collapses. Is it meaningless, gibberish, self-citation, creating fake language, or real information encrypted, women's medical secrets, sexual knowledge, contraception, abortion, hidden in code? We test each theory. None survive scrutiny. Roman dodecahedra, 130 objects, no records, no explanations, found in graves of men and women, in coin hoards, in refuse heaps, used for something, valued, then forgotten. Knowledge lost, Christianity spreads, magic banned, evidence destroyed. We find the objects. We don't find the manual. We run simulations. We test hypotheses. Some collapse immediately. Others survive scrutiny but lack proof. The mechanisms work. The batteries might work. The lines were made with ropes and stakes. The spheres were shaped with hammerstones. The blocks were cut with stone tools and endless labor. The manuscripts were written with inks and vellum. The dodecahedra were cast in bronze by skilled craftsmen. We know how. What we don't know, why. Purpose drives creation. We make tools for reasons. Clocks tell time. Batteries store energy. Art conveys meaning. Spheres display status or mark astronomical events or represent myths. Buildings house people or gods. Codes hide secrets. Religious objects connect mortals to divine. Military tools help soldiers survive. Every object has function. Unless it doesn't. Unless it's just beautiful. Unless it's a test piece. Unless it's lost technology. Unless we're asking the wrong questions. The mechanism was impossible until it wasn't. X-rays showed the gears. Reconstructions proved it worked. We know it's an astronomical computer. Problem solved. Except, who built the ones that came before? Undiscovered predecessors. The mechanism is too advanced to be first. Where are the prototypes? Where are the failed attempts? Gone. Melted down. Lost at sea. We have one. Lucky. Baghdad battery. 1 jar. Similar jars found elsewhere. Different designs. One at a magician's house. Different context. Different purpose. Or same purpose. Different users. Magic. Medicine. Religion. Overlap between categories in ancient world. Our divisions don't match theirs. Nazca had 430 geoglyphs known for a century. AI finds 303 in 6 months. Rate increases. More coming. Eventually, complete map. All figures documented. Then what? Pattern analysis, distribution studies, motif cataloging. Maybe patterns reveal meaning, maybe not. Spheres scattered by banana company. Context destroyed. Treasure hunters exploded some. Looking for gold inside? Solid stone? No gold. Knowledge lost forever. Can't reconstruct original placements. Can't test alignment theories properly. 10% remain in place. Not enough data. We don't see the building. Temple, palace, ceremonial center, storage facility. We guess. Blocks suggest advanced engineering. Purpose unknown. Voynich has 240 pages, 20 missing. Content lost. 5 scribes copied something. What? Encrypted medical text, religious heresy, alchemical compendium, constructed language. Elaborate hoax. Each theory has supporters. Each theory has problems. Carbon dating proves vellum age. Doesn't prove text age. Could be 15th century vellum with 19th century hoax written on it. Unlikely. Ink analysis needed. Hasn't been done, or hasn't been published. Dodecahedra, 130 found. How many existed originally? Hundreds. Thousands. Most melted down. Bronze valuable. Reuse metal. Make new objects. Recycling destroys evidence. We find what survived. Usually by accident. Farmer plowing field. Construction worker digging foundation, metal detectorist in forest, looters in tomb, sponge diver on shipwreck. Discovery is random. What we find determines what we know. Bias built into archaeological record. 2024. Gravitational wave analysis techniques applied to calendar ring. Hole count determined. 354, not 365. Each advance answers questions, raises new ones. Manufacturer error study. Gears might not have worked. Except corrosion might have warped measurements. Can't be certain. Need original dimensions, can't have them. Object underwater 2,000 years, Baghdad battery, original stolen, can't test. Voynich, spectral imaging in September 2024 reveals new details. Layers beneath visible surface, corrections made by scribes, changes in ink, insights into creation process, doesn't crack the code, adds information. Research continues. Nazca, drones revolutionize surveys. AI accelerates detection. What took decades, done in months. Next step, analyze all 968 candidates AI identified. Verify which are real. How many more total? Complete catalog enables comparative studies. Spheres, LiDAR mapping. 3D scanning, non-invasive analysis. Measure precisely without moving. Study surface wear. Look for tool marks. Understand techniques. Maybe discover quarry sites, transportation routes. Puma punku, geopolymer analysis controversial. Thin sections examined. Chemical composition tested. Some say poured concrete. Others say carved stone, more testing needed. Roman dodecahedra, residue analysis possible. What burned inside? Tallow, wax, nothing. Scrape interiors carefully. Test with mass spectrometry. Might reveal use, or might show nothing. Objects cleaned centuries ago. Residue gone. With skill, with knowledge passed down through generations. Oral traditions, apprenticeships, trial and error. They figured things out, built impressive structures, created complex devices, developed sophisticated techniques. Then, knowledge lost. Civilizations collapse. Libraries burn. Teachers die without students. Traditions break. Writing forgotten. Languages change. Objects remain. Silent witnesses. We dig them up, study them, admire them, puzzle over them. Try to reconstruct lost knowledge. Sometimes we succeed. Sometimes we fail. Progress is slow but steady. Each generation of archaeologists has better tools, more data, deeper understanding. Questions that seemed unsolvable become solved. New questions emerge. The cycle continues. History isn't finished, it's ongoing. New discoveries every year, new techniques every decade. The mechanism was unsolvable until computed tomography. The Nazca lines were static. Until AI. The Voynich was hopeless. Until someone tries verbose cipher hypothesis. Success isn't guaranteed, but trying is required. 200 scientists study dodecahedra. 200 different theories, none proven. Yet, maybe theory 201 cracks it, maybe not. Process matters, documentation matters. Each failed theory eliminates possibilities, narrows options, points toward truth, even if we never reach it. Proven, how they cut andesite. Stone tools work, but slowly. Proven by experiment, flat surfaces, still puzzling. Voynich, encrypted medical text, possible. Women's secrets, possible. Meaningless gibberish, possible. No proof either way. Dodecahedra, religious amulets, most likely given evidence, but unprovable. Timekeeping devices, interesting hypothesis, needs testing. Knitting tools, fun idea, probably wrong. Magic objects, fits Roman culture, explains lack of records, can't prove. Every mystery has multiple plausible explanations. We choose based on evidence. Sometimes evidence is insufficient. Judgment call required. Occam's razor helps. Simplest explanation, often correct, but not always. Complex reality sometimes needs complex explanation. Balance between skepticism and open-mindedness. Critical thinking essential. Don't accept claims without evidence. Don't reject possibilities without evidence. Stay curious. Stay rigorous. Follow where data leads. Research continues. Archives hold documents no one has read. Museums hold artifacts no one has fully studied. The ground holds objects no one has found. Every year, new discoveries, new analyses, new perspectives. Student in university somewhere right now, studying one of these mysteries, writing thesis, testing theory. Maybe breakthrough comes tomorrow, maybe 10 years, maybe century. Some mysteries might never solve, lost forever. Information gap, too large. Context too destroyed. Original users all dead. No descendants remember. No documents survive. Object remains silent, enigmatic. We display it. We admire craftsmanship. We wonder. That's okay. Not every question has answer. Not every puzzle has solution. Value is in trying, in learning, in pushing boundaries of knowledge, in refusing to accept we can't know. Sometimes we succeed. Mechanism decoded. Sometimes we fail. Battery still debated. Failure teaches. Success validates. Both necessary. Religious beliefs, social structures, economic systems. Everything connects. Past informs present. Present interprets past. Dialogue between eras. We stand on their shoulders, whether we understand their dodecahedra or not. Their spheres puzzle us. Their mechanisms astound us. Their geoglyphs inspire us. Their manuscripts frustrate us. Their stonework challenges us. Good. We should be challenged. We should ask questions. We should seek answers. We should accept uncertainty. We should keep trying. That's science. That's archaeology. That's human nature. Curiosity drives progress. Mystery motivates investigation. Each unsolved problem invites next generation. Come solve this. We couldn't. Maybe you can. New tools, new ideas, new perspectives. Fresh eyes see what tired eyes miss. Student becomes expert. Expert becomes authority. Authority gets challenged by next generation. Cycle repeats. Knowledge grows. Understanding deepens. Mysteries multiply, even as some solve. More we know, more we realize we don't know. Socratic wisdom. I know that I know nothing. Honest assessment. Starting point, not end point. From there, learn, discover, question, test, prove, disprove, refine, advance, never finished. Always progressing. Label says purpose, unknown. Maybe someday label changes. Purpose solved. That day, archaeologist somewhere smiles. Years of work validated, theory proven, paper published. Knowledge advanced, mystery solved. Or maybe label never changes. Purpose remains unknown forever. Either way, object survives, teaching tool. Reminder of human capability, evidence of Roman craftsmanship, window into ancient world, even without knowing function. Value remains. Beauty, skill, mystery, all worthwhile. Museums exist for this. Preserve past, present questions, inspire curiosity. Next child looks at dodecahedron, asks parent what it is. Parent reads label, purpose unknown. Child thinks, I want to know, I'll find out. Becomes archaeologist, studies mystery, devotes career, maybe solves it, maybe doesn't. Either way, contributed. Added knowledge, advanced field, Inspired others. That's enough. That's everything. Continuation of inquiry, passing torch, generation to generation. Ancient peoples made these objects. We study them. Future generations will study what we made. Asking same questions. What is it? How does it work? Why was it made? Cycle eternal. Mystery forever, unless solved. Then new mysteries emerge. Always more questions than answers. That's good. Keeps us humble, keeps us curious, keeps us human.